Hello everyone, my name is Amber and welcome back to Phasmophobia. Today I'm going to explain how the photo system in the game works and how to best utilize it to get 3-star photos and the max money reward at the end of the investigation. First off, let's cover the basics of the star system. When you take a photo of either a ghost, an object the ghost interacted with, a dead body, the bone, the cursed item, fingerprints, footsteps, or dirty water, it will be labeled in the journal and given a rating. The rating is based solely on how close you were to the item when you were photographing it, i.e. 3 stars for being very close to it and 1 star for being far away. For it to be a 3-star photo, you need to be within approximately 1 walking step of an item. For 2 stars, you need to be within about 3 walking steps away. If you are further than this distance, it will be given only 1 star until you are out of range to get anything, which appears to be approximately 7 or 8 walking steps away from the object. If you are too far away, or you took the photo too late for certain events, it will not be labeled or given a rating, and therefore will not count for any money reward. It should be noted that there seems to be a little bit more leeway given for ghost photos. From my testing, it appears you can still get a 3-star photo when you are about 2 or 3 walking steps away from the ghost. If you attempt to get within 1 walking step from the ghost during an event, you run the risk of canceling the event before being able to take the photo. How much the object you are trying to photograph is in frame only plays a minimal role in the star rating given to the picture. In this example, the bone was fully behind the car and not in frame at all, but I was within the 3 steps needed to get a 2-star rating. As you can see, I was still given the 2 stars. However, in this example, the haunted mirror was partially in frame, and I was within the same distance. This picture received no rating, even with the haunted mirror partially visible. Then when I made sure the mirror wasn't behind the wall at all, I received the 2-star rating. This leads me to conclude that you cannot take pictures through walls the same way that you can take pictures through other objects in the game. So, to get a rating, make sure the item you are trying to take a picture of is not behind a wall at all. There are some objects that are a little more finicky than others, such as the summoning circle. Even when at the edge of the circle while standing, you run the risk of only being given 2 stars, since the distance seems to be based on the center of the circle on the ground, and standing height is taken into account for the distance away. So the best practice to get 3 stars on the summoning circle is to crouch and take a photo of it from the center of the circle. Another tricky one is ghost events. If you're trying to take a photo of the ghost during an event, but already have a ghost photo, it will be counted as an interaction photo. Now, the very important thing to note is that it seems, at the time of this video, the star given to the photo will be based off of where the ghost event started. So even if the ghost ends the event by walking towards you and hissing in your face, you may still only receive a 1-star photo. If a ghost touches a door, you can take a photo of the door to see if the ghost has fingerprints as evidence. Then you can also take a picture of the door to get an interaction photo as well. If it did not give fingerprints, the photo will just count as an interaction. Now, the interaction photo will be based off of where the fingerprints would have been left on the door, even if the ghost does not actually give fingerprints, so it can sometimes be tricky to get the interaction photo. For the most part, you should get the 3-star interaction if you stand close to the door, crouch, and point up to get the top half of the door. On most doors in the game, the fingerprints would have been left somewhere in that area. The same general principle works for closets and lockers as well. Interaction photos can be of anything the ghost touches, turns on or off, throws, or moves. This includes turning on sinks, turning on or off the breaker, turning on or off radios, toggling light switches, items thrown or moved in any way, chairs rocking, doors opening or closing, the ghost riding, camp stoves turning on, coolers being hit, or anything else that ends up giving off an EMF reading. The important thing with the interaction photos is that the pictures need to be taken while an EMF reading can still be picked up from any of these things. So after a ghost interacts with something, you will have approximately 20 seconds to take a photo for it to count as an interaction in the journal. If you are too late, or you take the photo of the wrong thing that was interacted with, you will not receive any credit. For the ghost writing, you can actually get 2 interaction photos off of it if you are near the book while it is giving off an EMF reading. The first picture you take of the book will just count the ghost writing itself as an interaction, meaning it can still be taken even after the 20 seconds has passed and the EMF is no longer detecting a signal. You will not be able to take this second interaction photo once the EMF no longer gives off a reading from the book. The Ouija board also gives off interaction photos after being asked a successful question. Hypothetically, you can take that interaction photo as long as the EMF is still giving off a reading, so roughly 20 seconds after the question was asked, but do know that there seems to be times when the board is bugged and it randomly won't count some photos as interactions, even when it should have. For all types of photos, you can only take one photo of an item, i.e. the bone, the cursed item, or the ghost, for it to count towards the money reward for an entire investigation. You can also only take one picture per interaction, fingerprint, or footprint. However, interactions can stack on top of each other, so you could end up taking 2 or 3 photos of the same item and still have them all count as interactions if the ghost interacted with that same object in a short amount of time. Now, let's talk money. The max money reward you can receive at the end of an investigation is $40, and how much you will get will depend on the type of photo you took and what star rating it received. Obviously, a ghost photo is going to be worth a lot more than a photo of dirty water. According to the Phasmo wiki page, the amount of money you will receive is actually based on a point system, and if you would like to see the full point system in explicit detail, I have left a link to that page in the description below. In general, the value of each type of photo is ranked from most valuable to least valuable as follows: the ghost, the bone, the cursed item, fingerprints, footprints or interactions, dirty water, and the dead body. So, you will obviously always want to find the bone and the cursed item every mission to get photos of them if you are hoping to get the max photo reward, as they are worth a lot. If you get the bone and the cursed item, but then load up on 3-star interactions or footprints, you'll only end up receiving $35 at the end. If you happen to get the cursed item, the bone, and the ghost photo, assuming all of them are 3 stars, you can get the max reward by filling the rest of the journal with interactions and footprint photos. If you don't find the bone, you would have to get a 3-star ghost photo, the cursed item, at least 2 fingerprints photos, and then you can fill up the rest of the journal with either interaction or footstep photos. If you don't have a ghost with fingerprints, it will not be possible to get the max $40 in this case. You can get a perfect game if all 10 of your journal photos are 3-star fingerprints photos. However, if any of those pictures are 2 or 1 stars, or if you take any pictures of items that are less in value, i.e. anything except the ghost, the cursed item, or the bone photo, you will not receive the $40 reward. Because of how low value dirty water and dead body photos are, you'll really only want to take those as a last resort if you haven't been able to get photos of anything else. Just keep in mind that you can get an interaction photo off of dirty water if you snap a shot of it within 20 seconds of it having been turned on by the ghost. Getting the max photo reward can add a very significant amount of money at the end of your investigation, as each difficulty level has a different multiplier at the end. If you're playing on amateur, you will only receive the base $40. On intermediate, you receive double that amount and will be given $80 for the max photo reward. On professional, you'll end up getting $120, and on nightmare, $160. Thus, getting a lot of high quality images can end up basically doubling the amount of money you can receive for an entire investigation. Now, the last thing we need to cover is the photo priority system. The game is designed that, if multiple photo opportunities are in one shot, it will pick these items over the others: ghost, bone, fingerprints, footprints, dead body, interactions, cursed item, and then dirty water. This helps eliminate the possibility of having a ghost photo be counted as something else, but can also make it so a photo gets counted for the wrong thing. For example, if you're trying to get an interaction photo and don't realize the bone is somewhere just in frame, you can end up getting a 1-star bone photo instead of a 3-star interaction. So thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you found this guide useful. If you did, go ahead and give it a like and subscribe for future Phasmophobia content. I also like to give a huge shout out to my patrons. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. You guys mean the world to me. Happy hunting out there!